Well, good evening, everybody. I'm KCRA3 Meteorologist Heather Waldman. Time for a little live weather chat, and we've got some live weather to talk about, too. I've been here watching the radar this afternoon, and so far this evening. Dirk was with me earlier today. Also just finished watching Thursday Night Football, so it's a good night if you are a fan of a little bit of rain and a fan of the Buffalo Bills. I'm both, so I'm having a good night. I am watching the KCRA3 Facebook page over to my right here. I'm going to check in on the comments on my page if you're watching from there. And of course, we'll be checking in on YouTube as well. But the whole point of these is to answer your questions. So for the first time in a little bit, we have some beneficial rain to talk about. Gotten a couple questions about lightning, and we can't totally count that out, but compared to what we were talking about a couple of days ago, if you were with me on, what was it, Monday or Tuesday night when we did one of these lives, a little concerned about the potential for dry lightning, and that's still there, but it's not as there as it was earlier this week, so that's good news. Less dry lightning is always a good thing. I don't know why the radar is glitching out like that. Not doing that on my other computer. That's odd. Why don't we just pull the radar up? That would drive me crazy if I was sitting home watching that. Alright, enough of me. We'll just show you the radar. So yeah, as expected, showers, some heavier thunderstorms in Southern California. We've seen a couple of areas with some flash flooding. That's pretty much entirely been in the mountainous areas or in the flat open desert areas where you'd kind of expect it. The threshold for flash flooding is fairly low out that way. I have seen some video of some debris flows in a few areas. This is the radar loop over the last hour in Kern County. The red boxes you see there, those are flash flood warnings. Big one there in eastern Kern County. That goes until 10:45 this evening. And you can kind of see behind the warning there, these showers and thunderstorms just kind of bubbling up and not really moving all that much. So that's where the flash flood threat comes in there. Also some flash flooding concerns, but no rain currently falling just south and east of the Salton Sea there. Of course, that's just wide open desert space where it just doesn't take much to have flash flooding. But again, the good news with this warning here, it goes for about another hour and a half. The rain is done, but still some runoff in those areas. So remote parts of Southern California, concerned with flash flooding as to kind of be expected. This is tropical moisture. It's juicy, but this is potentially beneficial rain in a lot of places. What we're watching here is rain just now starting to fall in Tuolumne County. So if you are watching from Coulterville, from Groveland, congratulations, your rain has started. And this is a nice beneficial rain too. There's no lightning with this. Not saying there won't be, but so far no lightning, and getting some good wetting rain on the ground. Sonora, you're just starting to see some showers. Nothing yet for Calaveras or Amador County, but this is slowly going to kind of wrap its way up, especially for places above 4,000 feet. That's where the best rain is. We've seen a few sprinkles in parts of the valley so far today, nothing widespread. I do think we will get a little bit of rain overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning, but I will say we've taken our expected rain totals down a little bit, kind of to be expected. So these are the numbers that Dirk and I came up with this afternoon. The T is a trace, so yeah, some spots may not get measurable rain, but I think plenty will, especially on the east side of the valley. Sacramento, Yuba City, areas east into Roseville, Rockland, El Dorado Hills, up to 1/10 of an inch of rain. For those, what's 1/10 of an inch of rain look like? That's just enough to wet the roads. Probably not enough to cause any big puddles or anything like that. But the timing of this is going to be key, because some of these showers could be around first thing in the morning, which means the morning commute could be a little bit slow in some places. Lisa is checking in on the KCRA Facebook page, asking about rain in winters. Also, when will it not feel so muggy? Yeah, the mugginess, I noticed that earlier today too. That's kind of a side effect of the tropical moisture, but it also means that the atmosphere is holding enough water to produce rain. So good and bad to the mugginess. It's not comfortable for us who have gotten used to the dry air, but it's a necessary part of getting rain to the ground. So winters, I think we could see a couple of showers, but you know, west side of the valley, yeah, maybe a few hundredths of an inch of rain at the most. So Lisa, just enough rain maybe where if you do catch any wet weather, it may leave some of those little dust drops on your car. So yeah, not big rain in winters. Brian is checking in from the mountains of Mendocino County, getting light precipitation and thunder. Let's check in on the radar in Mendocino County. Now I'm curious. Yep, there you go. There's the lightning, there's the downpours, right through Mendocino County. Thanks for the report, Brian. Appreciate it. Sherry's asking about downtown Sacramento. No rain yet. It certainly looked like rain all day today. Again, Sacramento County in general, Elk Grove, Natomas, Carmichael, places like that, up to a tenth of an inch of rain. So again, enough to wet the roads, enough to maybe wet the cars. You know, Lisa chiming in, I just washed my car, bummer. Yeah, I haven't taken my car in for a wash for a little while, and not going to, not with this little rain event. If you're watching from the foothills, better chance of a soaking rain there. Tuolumne County, your rain's just starting. Could see up to a half an inch of rain, maybe a little bit more if the rain this evening kind of hangs on for a little bit. Let's check in with Futurecast here. Sherry says, thank you, you're welcome. Kylie is asking about Oroville. So now we're talking up in Butte County. I think we'll get some showers into Oroville. So let's time everything out for those asking and wondering. So this is right now. I showed you the rain that's now moving into Tuolumne County. So this model is doing a pretty good job of showing where it is raining here in Tuolumne County. Not quite into Stanislaus County yet, but we'll get there. And it's also showing those little pop-up showers into southern Mendocino County and northern Sonoma County. So good place to start. We know the model is doing well right now. By midnight, 1 a.m., that rain starts to spread a bit farther to the north, places above 5,000 feet. We'll get some decent rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder, but because we're getting decent rain, I'm not too worried about any dry lightning tonight in the mountains. We'll keep an eye on tomorrow afternoon. This would be sprinkles in the Sacramento and San Joaquin Valley. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Commuters along 80 in Placer County. If you're coming down the hill from Auburn or headed up the hill towards Auburn or Colfax, you may have a little bit of light rain to drive through there. Highway 50 going from Sacramento through Rancho Cordova, up through El Dorado Hills, and probably up into Placerville. Maybe a little bit of rain for you there on the morning commute. So, okay, between construction and a little bit of rain on 50, the morning commute probably going to be a little bit slow. Be ready for that. Remember to put your headlights on even after the sun comes up. If it's raining, you need the headlights on. That's not so you can see it, so other people can see you. But by noon, things really slow down quickly. So this is something we've been pretty confident in the last couple of days, is that the best chances for any rain in the valley are going to be in the morning. Same thing kind of goes for the foothills too. But you see this here over the mountains in Tuolumne County, Mono County. Those are some afternoon thunderstorms that may start popping up. Yeah, and you see that still going there. This is 5:30 in the evening. The sun's out in the valley by this point, so Friday night football through the valley into the foothills, I think we're all good to go. It's going to be dry. It's going to be a lot cooler than the last couple of days. Should be a little less muggy too once the sun comes out. But for anybody maybe making a Friday evening getaway up to South Lake, going up to Alpine County, maybe want to check and see if any of the foliage is going yet. It's not quite yet, but maybe you want to take a drive. If you're going up and over Donner Summit, there may be some thunderstorms Friday afternoon and evening, and this is where we could see some small hail, some concerns for some lightning. Friday afternoon, again, that's kind of up and over the Sierra Crest, nothing that's going to come down the west slope. And then everything clears out by the time we get to Saturday, and we're set up for a really nice weekend. Angelina is asking about a football game in Antioch at 7 p.m. No, I think Antioch's going to be dry by 7 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll back this up for you. So Antioch over here, yeah, going to be all good to go there, Angelina, so enjoy your football game. Michael is asking, how wet will my bike ride be tomorrow morning near the Auburn area? Ooh, all right, little rain riding. I guess it depends on what time you're going. If you're getting up early in the morning, I think the roads are going to be wet. Yeah, we'll see maybe a couple tenths of an inch of rain in Auburn, so maybe enough for some puddles. Michael, when you go out, hopefully you're an experienced enough rider to know how to ride safely in the rain. Stay off the paint. That's the slippery part, right? I'm not much for riding in the rain. I love running in the rain. Riding my bike in the rain, not so much. Yvette says, safe travels and give yourself extra time to get to where you're going. Yeah, it's going to be a good idea tomorrow morning. Especially, it's been a few months, for the valley at least, since we've seen good wetting rain. Not at all unusual to go that long, but, you know, every time we get into the first time we get rain for a little bit, that yeah, that tends to hang some people up. Give me just a second. I'm going to swap some over here. Just wanted to see if I can fix the radar issue from earlier. Let's see if that's working now. No, that's still glitchy. I don't like that. Just a second here. Stand by. Gotta love technical issues. There we go. That's better. All right, so appreciate all the questions about the forecast. The rain is exciting. It's not going to be a washout, but nice to talk about rain that it doesn't come with widespread thunderstorm chances. Again, for the Sierra, I do think we will get some thunder and lightning tomorrow afternoon. But for the foothills and the valley, we're going to quiet things down by tomorrow afternoon. So just good timing with all that. Let's take a look at some of the rain totals. For that, we're going to go to the California-Nevada River Forecast Center. They have an awesome website where you can look at live rainfall reports as they come in, and they're everywhere, which is really cool. Oops. All right, so this is the past hour. Let's look at the past 24 hours. Let's scoot this up a little bit so you can see. Look at the numbers in Southern California over the last 24 hours. And keep in mind, you know, a lot of the good totals here are up in the mountains, as we'd expect. Yeah, the mountains just east of Hemet, 1 to 2.5 inches of rain there. Yeah, the mountains around Orange and LA County picking up 1 to 2 inches. That's about as expected there. Mentioned the flooding concerns in eastern Riverside County. Yeah, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. That'll do it there. You got flat, hard desert. Water's got to go somewhere, and it just fans out and causes flooding. Mountains east of Bakersfield, 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain in some places. There's some good numbers in the valley, too. Fresno, 0.2 of an inch of rain, and I actually want to back this up. Let's go. That was the last 24 hours. Now I'm loading up how much rain in the past hour. So almost 1/10 of an inch of rain in Fresno over the past hour. And over the past 2 hours, close to 0.2 of an inch of rain. So, all right, we have that knowledge now. Let's go back over to the radar. So these little showers that moved through Fresno over the last 2 hours put down 2/10 of an inch of rain. So we can use that to make some estimates. Parts of Madera and Mariposa County likely picking up a couple tenths of an inch of rain right now. Tuolumne County easily in line for, I'd say, at least a quarter of an inch of rain down maybe around Sonora, out towards Groveland. That's all great. And we're just now starting to see some sprinkles perhaps around South Lake Tahoe. Very cool. Jenny's asking if it will be raining in Lodi tomorrow morning. She's a crossing guard for an elementary school and may have to dig out the rain gear. I would have maybe a rain jacket if you've got a hood or an umbrella ready just in case. I don't think we're going to see, it's not going to be heavy rain in Lodi, but there may be a few showers around as the kids are going into school. The afternoon, Lodi is going to be nice and dry. So yeah, Jenny, have your rain gear on hand. You may not need it the whole time you're out there. Always good to be prepared, though. I always argue for being over-prepared and overdressed. That's how I pack for my vacations. Yvette is saying hi from Placerville. Yeah, Yvette, curious to hear if you've seen any light rain showers today. Our radar was picking up on it earlier today, but I had a hunch that a lot of it was kind of evaporating as it was reaching the ground. Alright, so I've been looking at questions from the KCRA page. I'm real quick flipping over to my page, which anybody watching from the KCRA page, welcome to give it a follow. I will share updates when I plan on doing these little live videos so you can catch them. Larry says, hopefully this little rainfall is just a tease of what's to come. I agree with you. The new water year starts in, what, 2 weeks? Be nice to start it off strong. Jared's checking in from Sonora. Richard says hi from Lodi and Woodbridge. Yeah, Richard, Bills won. Yeah, go Bills. That game was scary for a little bit, but Bills won. It's all good.
Tell me what the investigation was?
Alberto says I pack like his wife. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a stereotype, but yep, I like to overpack and be prepared. AJ is checking in from the San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, dry there for now, but we'll see if we catch a few showers. All right. Love all the questions. Love having a little bit of active weather to talk about. This is fun. All right, so we talked about the timing of the rain for tomorrow. Talked about some possible thunderstorms in the Sierra. How about we look and see what could be coming down the pike? A couple of days ago, we were thinking maybe some showers on Tuesday. And it's kind of an interesting setup, too, where we have kind of the leftovers of this little area of low pressure that's sitting nearby now. It was going to kind of kick back in. That's looking a little less likely at this point. So, let's see. This will be the most recent model data we have. This updated at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. The new stuff comes in at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening, so we have everything updated for the 10 p.m. news. But here's tonight's rain. It's getting into tomorrow morning, and then by tomorrow evening, everything breaks up. Saturday, Sunday, dry with the exception of maybe some thunderstorms. This is Sunday afternoon. Maybe a thunderstorm popping up there along the Sierra Crest in Mono County. But Alpine County on northward should be dry. Tahoe should be dry. So all good news for the weekend. Okay, this is next Tuesday. Remember a couple of days ago we were thinking maybe some showers in here. Well, they're down here. They're in Southern California. So we'll see. There's time for that low to kick back to the north, but I have my doubts at this point. Now we're through Thursday. Friday, nope. Okay, now we're out in dreamland here. This is next Sunday into early Monday. Hints of maybe something coming in. That's 12, 13 days out now. 12 days out. 11. Yeah, I'm not going to get too excited about this yet, but that would be nice. So there are signs of maybe things getting a little bit more active as September ends and October begins. But of course, that's when we kind of expect that to happen. So we'll see. 7-day forecast right now. Yeah, once we get past tomorrow, looks like we're going to be dry for a little bit. There's time for that to change, of course. We're now getting into our changeable season where things can and do shift quite a bit. It's just part of the fun of fall. Dirk and I were very excited about the rain earlier today. We're like a couple kids ahead of Christmas. Meteorologist getting ready for rain. It was fun. Even if it's just a little bit. For Sacramento, if we do get measurable rain tonight or tomorrow, this will be our first measurable rain since May 13th. Yeah, it's been over 4 months. I'm ready. Although I know I heard from somebody, I don't know if they themselves are a farmer, if they've got farmers in the family, but they said, hey, farmers are not ready for the rain yet. They've still got crops in the field. And I said, yep, I bet you. I saw the tomato trucks all over the place this morning. I went for a bike ride down in the Delta, and there were tomato trucks left and right. But cool to see all that at work. Hopefully everybody got all their crops taken care of, and hopefully there aren't any issues for the farmers with that rain. Brian asking about I think we'll see showers in Sacramento. Is it going to be a steady soaking rain that lasts all day? No. I think there will be a little bit of rain first thing in the morning. Say between 6 and 9 a.m. I think is the best chance. Once we get beyond that, it should be drying out. But rain amounts for Sacramento, pretty light. But still, the most we've seen in about 4 months. So, two sides to the coin there. But up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, just kind of enough to wet the roads there, enough to maybe cause a few issues during the morning commute. All depends on where your commute takes you. Not everybody is going to have rain during the commute tomorrow, but it's certainly something that our morning team will be watching. I know Ophelia, our newest teammate, she joined us back in the spring. She's going to be out live looking for trouble spots with the rain tomorrow morning, so she'll be watching that very carefully. Vicky is checking in from Oakdale. Vicky's a regular on the weather chats. Hi, Vicky. Christian is asking about the weather in Chico. Christian, helpful if you're specific about the timing. If you're just asking about the rain chances tomorrow in Chico, maybe a few hundredths of an inch of rain. Nothing that's going to, soak the ground or end the fire risk up there or anything, but showers on and off, I'd say, through probably about midday, and then the afternoon should clear out pretty quickly around Chico. Rest of the weekend in Chico is dry, and really the rest of next week looks dry at this point, too. Stuart says, thanks for the updates. You're welcome. These are fun. Fun to be a little interactive and answer your questions. Hear what you guys are up to. Alright, let's do one more check of the radar here, and then I gotta go and get ready for the 10 o'clock news over on My 58. Okay, so this is the loop over the last hour. Dry from Yuba City to Modesto. Look at that, a little sneaky sprinkle right on the Contra Costa Alameda County line. No lightning, so all good there. Actually, let's pop this out. Yep, lightning layers on. Perfect. So yeah, that's the best part about this rain moving into Tuolumne County right now. There's no lightning being detected there. Would have been nice to see better rain in eastern Fresno County. The Garnett Fire, technically still active, although it's been a lot quieter lately. But nice to get some higher humidities there to help firefighters out. Keep things quiet. Some light showers just now trying to fall in South Lake Tahoe, but the best rain right now is easily in Tuolumne County. Someone the other day asked me about snow over Monitor Pass. Yeah, no, this is all rain. Or up over Sonora Pass, excuse me. All rain this time around. A couple thunderstorms in Mendocino County. Haven't heard of any issues with lightning. And we've got a few thunderstorms into Siskiyou County there as well. But again, haven't heard of any new fire starts. Hopefully we won't. And yeah, still watching flash flooding in eastern Kern County. Still raining there, unfortunately, but things, well, the flash flood warning I showed you at the beginning of our little chat, that's gone. Southeast of the Salton Sea, so things all clear there. So that's good. But yeah, these thunderstorms you see here in Kern County, these are not headed towards Tahoe. You can kind of follow their trajectory. They're going to kind of skirt their way north. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. So yeah, it's kind of a good way to whet our appetites for rain a little bit. Should be a mostly beneficial rain. Again, we'll be watching for thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon in the Sierra. If you're watching from the valley, your best chance for rain is before noon tomorrow, and really between about 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. After that, things should quiet down pretty quickly. Rain amounts are not going to cause flooding. I think we'll be fine even in the foothills. It's going to be soggiest in Tuolumne County, where could see probably about a ½ inch of rain in a spot like Sonora, some higher amounts once you go up the hill just a little bit. But this is just rain. So, good to see it. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me for this little Facebook Live. And again, we'll, if you like my Facebook page or follow my YouTube channel, you will get updates when I do go live, and I do my best to post ahead of time, about an hour or two when I plan to go live, so that we can all jump on and have a little weather chat. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm going to go get ready for the 10. See you at 10 o'clock on My 58 and at 11 over on KCRA. Have a good night.